Good afternoon and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E337, a 1963D Fed Reserve Bank of Cleveland original wrapped roll. Hope all is going well for everybody today. We'll let a couple people head in and we will get things rolling. What's this? Go ahead and pull a chip. Chip is 21. Eric Beyer, welcome. The Erics, there you go. It's the Erics. All right, we're going to go ahead and open this as we got 5 people in here. Dirty Water. This one's hard to get into. All right, we got some motion now. Lots of double dies and RPMs. All right, we are ready to roll. Wanda, how you doing? First coin is for Ant. Let's see what we can get. Let me get my cheat sheet right. All right, we are going. Lots of different double dies. Doug Rezak, welcome. Coin counter rubber on the coin. Earlier die state coins. At least this one is. Not as early of a reverse. Coin number 2 for Mickey. Die cracks down column 12 on this one. Pretty significant die crack. Coin number 3 for Sissy. Coin number 4, Paul Hampton. So $68 in hand-rolled cents. That sounds like an afternoon of some time. Now, when you do yours, Dirty Water, do you sort everything by decade and then by date, and then, or do you just go through and look at everything in a row? Die cracks on column 11 and 12 of this one. Got a die crack coming off the cornice also. Per roll, coin by coin. All right. I've done it both ways. When I get a box, I usually sort it by date. That way I'm looking at all the same dates. I don't consider that speed hunting. I actually don't. My worst thing is when I get into a roll, I have been known after 40 coins and nothing just to slap all of them back in the roll and throw them in the bag. It is a lot of work. And maybe that's why I lean towards searching. Oh, there's an RPM. You can see it. Right here. Let's see what we got for RPMs listed. Let's see if I can find something to link that. All right, I think it's 1mm26. I'm going to have to. might be. I think it is. Let me look and see if there's anything else, but I do believe it is 1mm26. Go through the rest of these. It is definitely a different die stage. $25 BU rolls. All right. Can't go wrong with that, Southern Coin Hunter. A little extra profile in the back of Lincoln. There is die scratches. And right here, I think there might be a little bit of a clash back there of something. So you don't see it here, but you do see it when you turn it like that. Ooh, that's the shot I'm looking for. Yep, I do think this is it. One mm. Let me write myself a note. MM 026. That way I have some place to start when I do go through these. Coin number 7, Matt Merriman. You know, I want to look at this again. This is actually 1mm27, but I think they're both the same. Looking at these. Yeah, this is for sure 27. They are both very similar. That's right. I was just looking at that myself. I'll have to do some Photoshop overlay work. It does seem like the rotated counterclockwise is a little more aggressive on 26. But everything is very similar on them. But the doubling we're looking for, like for the double dies, there's all sorts of them. There's class 6. There's doubling right here where you get it. That's the big one, of course, that comes down. There's doubled eyelids. There's doubling on the T. There is doubling on the L. But we haven't found any of those so far. Then you've got the class 2 double dies on the reverse of 63D. So there is a lot to look for. Next coin for Stan. Yeah, 63 and 64D. I've been trying to search more of them. Same with the 2009. I'm trying to get the listings updated, and this is the best way to do it. Coin number 9, Sireg. You have this coin. All right. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Abdi. I hope I'm saying it right. Nice little die gouge. Die crack down column 1. Die crack on column 12. Coin number 10, Eric Beyer. Do you have a timeline on your move yet, Eric? I know that you were talking about it. Coin number 11, Coins and Ghouls. I'm looking forward to hearing from Adam about his haunted house run. You already got employment while you're when you move, Eric, or is your company going to transfer you? Or I know you do a job that is pretty. People need it done, so there's a lot of companies, I believe, that are multi-state companies that do it. I've seen some of them on Facebook that he does. I've never seen any of his other. I got to look it up and see if he did. Ooh, some grease. That's a big move, though. Otis, welcome. Nice little die chip up on the cornice. They're going pretty good. There's a channel on YouTube, Perkins Builder Brothers, and it looks like they're definitely getting back to some sort of normalcy. Well, it's not normal, and there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just gone. I guess that's kind of like Florida too, especially Inglewood. They really got hit. That is just gone. And of course, in Asheville, being in the mountains, how many people actually buy flood insurance? They said less than 2% had flood insurance. And all that stuff was due to flooding. It was really not due to the hurricane. It was due to the atmospheric downpours of rain. They had already had 30 inches of rain before the tropical storm got there, and it dumped another 30 inches. Paul Adams, welcome. which is just an obscene amount of rain. If they live on the water, I don't blame them. If they live inland, it was not terrible. None of these storms were really terrible unless you were on the water. Unless, of course, you're living near Lakeland or Tampa. There's still parts of around Lakeland that are still flooded from Milton. That was like after Ian here. It wasn't storm surge, but it was runoff water because of all the rain. There was a part of Northport that was under 20 foot of water for almost 3 weeks. So you don't even hear stories about that. In Lakeland is the same way. There's a spot in Lakeland that's basically been under 20 foot of water since Milton hit. It's crazy. I got to give them credit. They're sifting all that sand. They call it the Inglewood Pyramid because it's shaped like a pyramid. But they're sifting it all. Oh yeah, there's parts of Lakeland that are messed up. Some lake, and they're trying to pump it out. The Army Corps of Engineers is trying to pump this lake out into another lake, and they can't pump the water fast enough. But doing what you do, you definitely will be helped no matter where you end up going. Like I say, that there's a channel, Perkins Builder Brothers, and they were saying a little bit. They live right near Asheville, the Asheville area, but they live, I can't tell you the city. They say the city that they live in. But it's just like a little teeny city. And they basically couldn't do anything for 2 weeks. No gas, no electricity, no food, water, anything. But they did say that it's starting to get back to normal as far as people being able to go to work. Still no, like cranes. They build houses and to set trusses. The cranes to set trusses, they can't get a crane because the cranes are all doing other things. So their latest video, they are setting house trusses on a 3-story building by hand. I give them credit for that. These old joints couldn't do it, that's for sure. Oh, absolutely. They had a bridge into Asheville. Asheville had no way in. They had a way in and out in like 3 days. That was like Sanibel. They got Sanibel Island after Ian. The bridge was gone, and they built a bridge to Sanibel Island. It literally took them a week to build it. But not to be selfish, I do hope that we have got our hurricanes for a little while, because we have gotten 5 in 2 years and 8 in 5 years. Yeah, wait till you hit 60. Boy, the recovery time in the last 5 years, when I do something that's significant, the recovery time is like quadruple of what it used to be. The muscles just don't become unsore when you start using them. They're still sore. You'll reach 60. You know, I said the same thing. And, of course, it goes by fast. Don't wish it too fast. Seems like we moved here in 2014, so 10 years ago, and it seems like yesterday that I moved here. Coin 21, and the winner is Sissy. That's what my dad, he said, he goes, he was doing this time relevance thing always. And that every day is faster than the day before. And he says he made it to 80, and he says it got to the point where he basically closed his eyes and opened his eyes, and it was time to go back to bed. And God, I do remember that from being young. When I can remember the first summer vacation from school. It seemed like an eternity. And then when I was graduating high school, it blew right by. And now the years just blow by. And he used to always say, it's time relevant, son. You know, when you're 2 days old, 2 more days is 100% of your life. So it seems like forever. And I never really looked at it like that before, but it makes sense. It is, and it gets blurrier the older you get. Eric, like I said, the days go by faster. I get up now, and it's like I'm going to get all this stuff done, and then all of a sudden it's time to go to bed. And it seems like when I was young, I would get it all done, but now that I'm not, and I don't seem like I'm working any less diligently. It just seems like there's not enough time in the day anymore. Yeah, isn't that amazing how work does take up a little more time than... Oh no. Hey, that AARP and all the discounts you get for being old, I don't mind them a bit. Little zinc stripes in the planchet. Kind of cool. I know my wife, she just retired, and she is finding it very easy, but she is missing work. But she loves sitting watching. I bet you she's watched everything on Netflix since she's been retired. Yeah, she's the same way. She says, I've had all these plans for making quilts and doing all sorts of her crafts and stuff like that. And there's not enough time in the day to do it. You know, it is like that. The first 6 months is the hardest, for sure. You do, just like everything when you work, you find stuff to do and to keep yourself busy. That is the key. Keeping yourself busy definitely is the way to go. I do think if you don't use it, you lose it, and you lose it fast. Coin 27 for Sareg. Only 1 RPM in the roll, and it was coin number 6. Pretty nice RPM. Monday, I will have 2 rolls. They will be identical. We have 100 coins. A lot of people wanted in on them. And I do know that the rolls contain varieties because I've searched. I got 4 boxes of LP2 rolls, and I searched a roll from 3 of the 4 boxes so far. And these rolls will be out of one of those boxes. So that should be a pretty lucrative hunt. Oh, you're very welcome. I love doing this. This is what I do in retirement now. So I love doing it. I live to look at coins and take pictures of them, build the website. Matter of fact, I added 5 46S coins to the website this morning. Hopefully I'll get caught up one day because I am buried with just random coins sitting here. I am working on packages to start sending out again. Working on Stan, Sissy, and Taco John's from last week still. Then I'll start working on everybody else's again. But I'm trying to get it where I send half out one week, half out the rest, or, you know, that way I can not get buried. It seems like when I get the box from Chuck, it's always like 10 or 12 or 14 rolls, and that always throws me like in a behind and in a spiral. And I'm trying not to get like that. Coin 31, Taco John. I am, like I said, I am glad to hear it, and I appreciate you guys watching more than you know. When I find stuff for you guys, I get the same. There's a little bit more of the zinc in the planchet. I get the same feeling as when I find it for myself. You never stop learning, Eric. You never stop learning. Just like that thing of people finding 55p in rolls. I had never heard it, and I heard 2 stories about it today. So now I know that it's a thing that has happened. Come on, let's get another RPM. Coin 33 for DC. Boy, that's got some rolling machine wax on it. Fortunately, I recognize the die pair. This is stuff that they put when they power wrap them. They put it in like the gears in. Oh, there's some more of that zinc to keep the machine lubricated. And it seems to get all over the coins. Then you've got the rubber wheel for the counter that is on some of these coins, and that's because the coin is sitting there and the wheel is still spinning, and then the chute opens up and it flings it into the counter, starts counting it again. That right there is rolling machine wax. I'm looking forward to doing that. I will probably learn as much about die state as you guys will. I do know that there is not a lot of early die state coins out there. And there's been a couple pretty good studies done on it. The information is just amazing. When you hear the numbers in the ratios, you'll kind of be amazed, I think. I wish that we could find a way to reprint the book that Chuck has about it by Delma Romines. But it was a book, I believe there was only 60 copies of it printed. But it was a great study. And I think that's some of the pictures that he was talking about showing tomorrow was excerpts out of that book. These little silver streaks you see, if you want an explanation on how they're put in there, or how they get in there, there's a video on the U.S. Mint's YouTube site where it shows them making copper planchets out of copper ingots. And they kind of explain that they dump 95% copper and then they dump a couple chunks of zinc and tin in there. Then they basically make the ingot and hammer it out. So those streaks are just where they're not mixed together. And I will go, Dirty Water, so you know, I will go and look at Discord. I remember what that was about now. I am curious to see it because I do plan on searching a lot more 2009. And next week we will be doing an LP1 roll for one of the rolls. With that LP3 roll yesterday, I learned a ton on how to search those. The first 8 coins, I was scatterbrained through them. But after the first 10 were over, or first 8, I got a system down. I've actually searched LP1s before and found a few things. But like I said, I had never purposely searched an LP3 roll before. The devices that you're looking at, there is one that shows on the top of the Capitol building that is easy to see. But the devices that you're looking at are so tiny that you actually almost have to look for reflections and stuff like that. And sometimes you see the reflections, but then when you look at it, they are just that. They're reflections. I also have a bunch of quarters I got to look at one of these days. Coin 42, Sireg. So 1 RPM. What is the chance of there only being 1 RPM? The windows on the quarters aren't as small as the windows on that LP3. Supposedly there's windows in the LP4, something in the LP4 rolls that people have found. But people, I think, tend to always want to search the LP2s because they're easy. Can't say I blame them. Because they are easy. All right. Like I said, I have heard that. I've heard a lot of people say that there's a lot of unlisted DDRs. There are listed DDOs for them. I believe there's at least one listed anyways. We are getting near the end of this. If you ever notice, I always sit and stare at the FG. To me, that is a huge pickup point for double dies of this era. You know, looking at all the Colombian coins, I've always searched like Panamanian coins. Or Philippines coins for like mint marks and stuff like that. I guess I searched Panamanian coins too, because they were made by the U.S. Mint also at one point. But I look at, you guys got me looking at pretty much everything now. Anything that goes across my desk gets looked at. What I need to do is go through my half cents. I've got a lot of half cents. Oh, that's the best pickup point. I mean, you can have double dies that don't have fat FGs. But most of them, if you look at the listings, there is doubling on the FG also. That one's cheesy. Let's see, is that rolling goo or is that just cheese? Oh, it is rolling goo. That does come off with acetone or xylol. It will never be perfect as far as color goes. I leave it. A lot of people take it off. I very rarely touch coins, even if they're nasty and they can be made better, in my opinion. Take the cheese off your coin. I could do that, but I don't have any Q-tips in here right now. I got everything else to do it. I mean, but you look, my little cleaning thing is I've got Verticare, Xylol. I got all these things here, and the Xylol's the only one that's ever been opened. The rest of them have been sitting on my desk, sealed, brand new, in the jar for 3 or 4 years. What I like to call my conservation kit. But I don't do anything that needs to be conserved, in my opinion. To me, the best conservation you can do is store your coins in a dry environment. Try to keep PVC away from them. And don't do nothing like harshly clean them. There's a difference between conservation and cleaning. I'm not an expert at either because I just don't. It's easier not to, especially for what I look at. I mean, I could go, taking the goo off of this coin right here isn't going to do much because the coin, its inherent value is not a ton. A little struck through right there. This is the coins you want to practice on. Don't sneeze on your coin. There you go. So we get one die variety out of the whole roll. It's been a long time since something like that happened to me. I think we got two about 10 rolls back. There was two, I think, in a roll. All right, everybody. I will see you all in the community this weekend, I'm sure. You might see me pop on and do something fun. Like I say, I've got these rolls right here that have been burning a hole in my desk. It is a 46D or 46P dime roll. At least I think it's 46P. And then a 46P nickel roll. Lots of stuff to find in both dates. But anyways, I will talk to y'all later and see y'all soon. You guys have a great night.